What's up, all you sparks out there in the Matrix? This is Chris. I hope everybody's doing okay out there. 2024 has been a rough year, right? I think most people, doesn't matter what it is, relationships, friendships, job, just everything is being pushed to the surface, okay? So what I'm doing with this video is I'm trying to be a little bit motivational. Always try to motivate myself first with this, and then I say that would make a good video because I'm in the trenches with all of you guys. And so I'm hoping that this inspires you guys to end the year in the right way, because the energy and the tone that we set now is how we're going to go into 2025. Okay. We're co creators. We can't be victims and think that everything is just happening to us. Might look that way and feel that way, but we can transmute that, face it, deal with it, and then move on. Okay. And so that's kind of what this video was about. Now, most people know, I don't know. So that's why I'm talking about it. The sun, right, is going through like a solar maximum right now, right? If anyone wants to go to any of these solar websites, you can see that we're in a maximum where we're getting hit with these X-class solar flares that's hitting the earth. Our Schumann resonance is up higher than it's ever been before. So the collective energy of the planet is being raised, okay? And you can see with all of the earthquakes, right, all of the wars and stuff and the tension that's going on. Well, that's on a macro level, but it's also on a micro level, and people are going through this as well. So kind of what I'm trying to say here is that all of our issues, it's not an accident right now that all of our issues are coming to the surface. And part of why I made my last video is that we can't look outside to anybody else or anything else to fix what's going on with us right now. Now, in the past, you'd have a relationship issue, or you'd have, anything that came up, you'd be able to smoke it away, drink it away, take pills, and kind of push it down and just choose not to deal with it. Well, for whatever reason, and again, this is the energy, it's not letting us. It's sink or swim right now, and that's why people are literally going. They're going nuts. They're having panic attacks. The all of their old little tricks to avoid things just aren't working. So again, none of this is what I'm saying is an accident. So instead of going into panic mode and like spinning out of control, I'm trying to get people to realize that there's a reason for this. It's not just you, which is the good thing, you know, but the bad thing is that again we can't look outside to us, to anybody, like you can't um wait for anybody to come and fix this. You can't ask your best friend, you can't go to a truther. If everyone kind of always tries to ask for permission to how to deal with things, or we have to become our own therapists right now, and we have to kind of face individually what pretty much for a lifetime or maybe even lifetimes we've been putting down. And so once we start to do that and focus a little bit, it makes things a little easier. So that's kind of what I'm trying to suggest to everybody, is to try and um, first of all, relax, take a deep breath, take the rest of this year. A lot of people have off, New Year's and Christmas leading up to the new year, and take some personal inventory, whatever's been going on, especially if it's being repetitive. Take some time to sit with yourself and try and deal with it. Again, we always want to call somebody up, or listen to a truther, or go to a medium, or like I said, smoke a little bit more, drink a little bit more, eat a little bit more food, maybe have a little bit more sex. All of these things that we used to do just aren't working right now. So once you kind of give into that and face it, it's the way again to move through it. You're not being punished. It's everybody is going through what they haven't been going through in a kind of because we're running out of time. Again, I can get deep, but I'm trying to kind of like speak to a lot of people that are trying to like look for answers and start with the basics, because this is what's going on. Literally the planet is ascending, and it's doesn't give a shit whether you deal with your stuff or not. So you can either straighten up and deal with it and kind of like ride this thing out a little easier, or you can just, like I said, people are like literally losing their shit left and right these days, and you don't have to be one of those people. So again, don't look outside to anybody else. You can do it yourself. You can. That's the thing that people don't realize. You have the answers to everything that's been going wrong in your life. But kind of what I wanted to say too is that everybody thinks that things are just a certain way, right? Like, let's give an example with these drones right now, right? With these drones, right? There are people that are literally like losing their shit over them. But that literally is 1,000 different ways that you can be looking at this. I think it's awesome. I think that this is disclosure. I think finally a lot of this stuff is coming to the surface. And the last thing I am is afraid, but what I'm saying is you can choose how you look at things is pretty much how you're going to feel about things. Sometimes we get a false sense of control when we worry about things. We think that we're kind of like controlling the outcome, and that's actually not true. Now, I'm not saying to not address things and deal with them, but once you do that, don't worry about it anymore. There's certain things that we can control, and then there's things that we can't control. Um, and so 95%, high 90s, who knows exactly what it is, but I've heard it said so many times that 95% of what we worry about never happens. So think about all of the time you spent worrying about it, worrying about what was going to happen and what wasn't going to happen, and the stress that comes along with that. That can, literally heart attacks, ulcers, you could be thinking about other things. So these are the types of control that I'm saying that we have, and address what, plan for what may or may not happen, but then just leave it alone, because a lot of things like again, these drones, let's say for instance, uh, if they're going to blow us all up, then there's nothing we can really do to stop that. You know what I mean? If they're looking for a nuke somewhere, like a lot of people are worried about, and that nuke is going to go off, do you think you're going to affect that one way or another by sitting here going like this? You know, if your house is going to get taken out in a nuclear blast, there's literally nothing you can do about that. So let's say you do have a few hours left. Do you want to spend those few hours worrying about that? Or do you want to go out eating a steak sandwich or petting your cat or making love? You know what I mean? So, it's just like if you lock your doors at night, right? And you have a security system, and everything. But that's really all you can do. If every 5 minutes you woke up and you were looking outside, seeing if there was anybody out there and everything, then so what I'm saying is that we all live kind of in the same world, but we don't. You ever sit in traffic? You got some people sitting at the wheel like this, and you got other people, playing with their radio or doing this. It's like we might be sitting in the same traffic, but we're all having our own unique experience. And so anyway, what I'm trying to say is that everybody just, first of all, relax a little bit with everything that's going on outside of us. There's really nothing that you can do. Plan ahead, but then that's all you can do. Take Enjoy the little things. Like I was going to say, it's perspective. Listen to positive music. Um, I find whenever I start to get stressed or worry about things, I go into gratitude. We all aspire for more, to have more, for it to improve on things, and that's great, but don't dwell on what you don't have. Because believe it or not, by doing that, you're creating not having that. You're putting that energy out there. So do what you can to improve whatever you want to improve, but spend most of your time, being appreciative for the apartment that you do have. You want to live in a big house. Once upon a time you owned a house, you lost it, and now you're in this little miserable apartment. Well, a lot of people are homeless. A lot of people don't have an apartment, and especially around the holidays, a lot of people, there's a reason that a lot of people self-delete when it gets close to the holidays because they get so sad. Um, that they kind of like give up. So instead of, again, like I said, perspective, instead of being very upset, let's say that your parents, who you loved and cared about so much aren't with you anymore because you used to spend the holidays with them and now it's not the same and you're really sad. And again, that's understandable. But if you looked at it from the perspective of, well, a lot of people have shitty parents and they don't have those memories, and their parents might be alive and they're probably dreading spending the holidays with them. So try to be happy. Of course, you might miss them, you might have a good cry, but don't spend your whole holiday, like in that energy. Be thankful and feel blessed that you had those types of parents that gave you those kinds of holidays. Same thing like with a pet. You miss your pet, when you can get really sad. A lot of people's pets, really, I understand, lots of them, but be thankful you had that relationship with that pet. There's a lot of people that don't understand the love that you can feel with an animal that you used to have. So that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Try to focus on gratitude, um, and keep your energy up, because how you hit 2005 and end 2004 is really going to set the tone. And if it's any consolation, you're not going crazy. That's the other thing I wanted to say. You're not losing it. It's the energy right now that's going on. It's the solar flares. We're in an ascension process. You can call it whatever you want. Literally, the Earth is being bombarded with gamma rays and radiation and solar flares that, you can be a science nerd. I mean, you can decide what it's doing, but you can't deny that it's doing it. Our Schumann resonance is up. There's earthquakes all over the place. There's wars everywhere. There's just people that you can see losing it. So you can't control them. You can't control what's going on in the Middle East, or places like that, but you can control what's going on with you. And that's actually very important because you're part of the collective, right? So the more, if you want to help what's going on, the butterfly effect, if you do want to help what's going on globally, the best thing that you can do is get your own shit together. Make sure that you're putting out a positive vibration as much as you can. See, that's the other thing. It's like we're fluctuations, we're energy, we're toroidal fields, we're constantly in motion, and we're never going to be in a good mood all the time. And hopefully we're never going to be in a bad mood all the time. See, that's the thing. Have go-tos when you feel your energy is down. That's why you got to exercise. You got to do something. You got to do something to get your energy moving. Um, what you eat, water, good food. You eat good food, you feel up. You eat McDonald's or something, there's a reason that you feel that way. So I have some videos, about that, about raising your vibration, about what you can do to lower your vibration. But the point is that, um, you know, don't do things that are going to lower your vibration. Like, just don't sit and watch old home movies about, if they're going to make you sad. Put in some positive music. Watch a movie that is going to make you laugh. That's a whole other topic that I have in there too. Is that we can really push our own buttons when you're in a good mood and oh, this made me feel better and everything. Write it down. You think that you're going to remember how to do that or what that was. Everybody's list is a little different. You know. So anyway, all right, guys. I hope I didn't that too much. Remember, everybody's going through the shit right now, so have a little bit of patience with other people, but more importantly, focus on yourself. Be your own best friend, be your own therapist, be your own savior. And, you're the person that can fix things. So talk to your higher self, talk to God, but wait for yourself to get the answer, because we all have it in us to know what's best for us to do. So your best friend doesn't know. The counselor that you're paying all of that money to doesn't know. All right, guys, we're going to put a bookmark in it there. Remember, end 2024 in a positive way. Work on your stuff. And you're not going to have it all fixed by 2025. That's the thing. But if you spend a little bit of time every day, or at least every couple of days, trying to do positive things, you're going to set the foundation and put the energy in the right direction. So, all right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Please like and subscribe. Please leave me some comments. I always leave my email too in the bottom. I'm open to questions. And remember, I'm going through this shit just like the rest of you. So I hope I come across that way, that I'm just giving you all of the stuff that works for me and how I keep my own boots pulled up and my own energy up. Get into nature, ground, put your cell phone down, all of these things that I have in other videos, eat the right foods, stay away from toxic people, toxic relationships, and what you're watching and listening to. I'm telling you, it programs us. So just try to put yourself in front of positive content, and know that you can't fix anything except what's going on with yourself. And let's have an amazing 2025. I think a lot of good things are in store. So just hold on, everybody. All right, guys, peace out. I'll catch up with you on the next one.